Good morning and welcome to St Lawrence Church in Napton in Warwickshire, which is literally behind me. Typical village church again. You know how much I like these. Right, today we're going to see someone who's a little bit extra special to me anyway. He was born in Brooklyn, New York, and lived a lot of his life in Napton, or in Warwickshire, and he started off his acting career in United States and did most of his work actually in the UK. And the person we are here to see today is the American actor Ed Bishop. Ed Bishop, very big in the world of like puppetry, you know, like the Thunderbirds type thing, Captain Scarlet. He did a lot of the voiceovers for that, and my favourite thing anyway is obviously UFO. I used to love UFO as a child. Used to watch it religiously on a Sunday morning every single week. I'm just a bit distracted by the view over there. We're on top of a hill looking down into a valley behind me. I don't know how well that's going to come up on the camera. Probably not very well. But anyway, I shall show you around this lovely little churchyard, right next to a field of sheep as well. And I shall tell you a little bit about Ed Bishop. George Victor Bishop was born on the 11th of June 1932, the son of a Manhattan banker in Brooklyn, New York. He attended Peekskill High School before a brief spell at Teacher Training College. Bishop served in the United States Army as a disc jockey with the Armed Forces Radio at St John's in Newfoundland, where he was introduced to acting with the St John's Players. After leaving the army, Bishop enrolled at Boston University, where he initially studied business administration, but halfway through the course transferred to drama, much against his parents' wishes. After graduating in theatre arts, he won a Fulbright scholarship to study for 2 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, from which he graduated in 1959. He almost immediately found work in the British theatre and film industries. He adopted the stage name Ed Bishop at this time to distinguish himself from George Bishop, an established actor of the time. His first Broadway appearance was as Villa Boss in David Merrick's production of Jean Anouilh's The Rehearsal in 1963, though he returned to Britain in 1964. Bishop made his film acting debut as an ambulance driver in Stanley Kubrick's 1962 movie Lolita. He played an American astronaut going to the moon in the film The Mouse on the Moon 1963, and also appeared in The Bedford Incident 1965 and Battle Beneath the Earth 1967. He had small speaking roles in the James Bond films You Only Live Twice 1967 and Diamonds Are Forever in 1971, but was not included in the film credits for either. He appeared in a second Kubrick film, 2001 A Space Odyssey in 1968, in which he played the captain of the Ares 1B moon shuttle. The role initially featured dialogue, but this was later cut from his scenes. Bishop appeared in various film and television projects created by producer Jerry Anderson. He provided narration in addition to the voice of Captain Blue for Anderson's Super Marionation puppet series Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons 1967, and appeared in Anderson's science fiction film Doppelganger 1969. Perhaps his most prominent screen role was that of Commander Ed Straker in Anderson's science fiction series UFO 1970-71. Bishop's dark hair was initially dyed blonde for the role, though he eventually wore a wig instead. In later years he appeared in films such as Twilight's Last Gleaming, Saturn III, Silver Dream Racer and The Lords of Discipline. He provided vocal work for the 1974 animated TV series of Star Trek and appeared as Lieutenant Colonel Harity in the final episode of the British World War II prisoner of war drama Colditz. In the 1980s, he made several appearances on the Kenny Everett television show Whoops Apocalypse. He also appeared in the subsequent film and had a role in the children's television series Chocky's Children. He continued to act on film, TV and radio, usually in the British and European productions, and was a frequent guest at science fiction conventions. He and fellow Anderson actor Shane Rimmer, a Canadian actor who often worked in the UK, joked about how frequently their professional paths crossed and termed themselves Rent-a-Yank. They appeared together as NASA operatives in the opening of You Only Live Twice and as United States Navy sailors in the Bedford Incident, as well as the 1983 film of the Harold Robbins novel The Lonely Lady. In 1989, Bishop was reunited with Rimmer and another Anderson actor, Matt Zimmerman, in the BBC Radio 4 adaptation of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's A Study in Scarlet. He and Rimmer also toured together in theatre shows, including Death of a Salesman in the 1990s, and they both appeared in the BBC drama documentary Hiroshima in 2005, one of Bishop's last TV projects. In 2000, Bishop briefly reprised the role of Captain Blue in the trailer for the new Captain Scarlet series. He did not, however, reprise the role for the actual series, which would not debut until 5 years later. In 2002, he recorded a commentary for the DVD release of UFO. In 2003, he performed in the Doctor Who audio drama Full Fathom 5, produced by Big Finish Productions. Bishop was politically active, participating in the March 2003 UK protest against the Iraq War. Bishop had already shown his disapproval of the military-industrial complex when in 1993 he gatecrashed an arms trade fair held in Aldershot, Hampshire, whilst dressed to resemble Augusto Pinochet. During the Aldershot protest, he met photographer Jane Skinner, who later became his third wife. Bishop was married 3 times, first to Jane Thwaites in 1955 before divorcing a few months later in the year. He then married Hilary Preen in 1962. They had 4 children. They remained married for 34 years before divorcing in 1996. He later married photographer Jane Skinner in 2001. The marriage lasted until his death in 2005. Bishop died on the 8th of June 2005 at the age of 72, 3 days before his 73rd birthday and 5 days after the death of his UFO co-star Michael Billington. He succumbed to a chest infection contracted while undergoing treatment for leukemia. He is buried in the churchyard of the parish church of St Lawrence in Napton, Warwickshire, which is where we are today.
Well, Ed Bishop, brilliant actor with his unmistakable with his blonde hair, with his white hair, which, as you heard, he used to dye, but then eventually just started wearing a wig. But we're right close to his final resting place now, so I shall spin you around as per usual, and we'll go and have a look at it together. Right, it's just over here somewhere. I did have a quick look earlier on, as I usually do. Sorry if this video is a bit dark, it is extremely early. Right, I found it. Here it is. It's got a peace symbol at the top, and then it says George Victor Bishop, or Ed, 11th of June 1932 to the 8th of June 2005. An American actor resting close to his beloved son Daniel, who incidentally is buried next to him. I'll show you that in a minute. From this valley they say you are going, we shall miss your bright eyes and your smile. But that is the final resting place of George Victor Bishop, or as we all know him, Ed Bishop. And right next to him, with the same peace symbol on the top, got Daniel Bishop. Is that 6 it's either 6 or 16, I can't tell, of May 1967 to 8th of January 1988. A something caring young man. See, on this side of the stone, this side here, it's really quite corroded. But if I put you close enough, you might be able to make it out at home, but I can't really make it out here. But he unfortunately was killed in a motoring accident with a couple of his friends in Cumbria in 1988. And no father should outlive his son. But that's the final resting place of Ed's son, Daniel Bishop. And this, again, the final resting place of Ed Bishop. Well, that's yet another great actor has left us. These are the actors that didn't rely on special effects, green screen, all that sort of thing. They just used their natural ability and whatever special effects were available in those days, which really weren't that good, as is witnessed in UFO. But I used to love that program, even though the special effects, looking at it now, because it's on TV now, you see it most evenings on the TV now, and the special effects on it are ropey, to put it mildly, but still a very entertaining program. But that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had to come all the way to Warwickshire today. It's taken me 2.5 hours to get here. So as you can imagine, when I got up, it was very much dark, and for most of my drive it was very much dark. But I am going to do a video in my home county again in the next couple of weeks. But it might actually come up before this one, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like the content, then maybe consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, then make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So that is it. I will see you all again on the next one. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. So bye bye for now.